Alright, so we have our play, pause, stop functions, we have our duration, our album cover. All we have left to do is implement a dynamic playlist. Alright, so if we go to our JavaScript, you can see that we're creating the audio object, but inside of here we're grabbing a certain track, and that's all that it can play is this one track, and we don't want that. We want this to be dynamic so that we can have multiple songs where we can just scroll through and play them. Alright, so what we're going to do is we need to create a new function. Alright, so I'm going to create a function called initAudio. Alright, so this is basically going to control the audio object. So we want to, I'm just going to grab this here, and I'm going to have that initialize inside of the initAudio function. And this is also where we're going to get the dynamic content, because right now, for instance, the song and the artist, we just put those in the HTML. Alright, we put them right here, and I'm actually going to get rid of these. So get rid of this, that, duration's fine. Yeah, duration's fine because it changes when we play the song, so we can leave the zeros. The cover, that's another thing we have to get rid of, because that's going to be generated according to which song is playing. Alright, so that should do it. Now it's going to look a little different. You can see our cover's gone, our song info. So that's all going to be initialized in the initAudio function. Alright, so let's go to that. And I want to set some variables up top. Okay, I'm going to set a variable called song. And basically, actually this initAudio, we're going to pass in element. Okay, and the element's basically going to be the list item of the current song. Okay, so we want variable song is going to be equal to element dot attribute, and we want that to be the song attribute. Okay, so if we go to our HTML, you can see at the bottom every song we have has a song attribute, so that's where it's going to get the actual MP3 file name. Okay, and it's going to put that in there for us. Alright, so the next variable that I want is going to be the title. Okay, so variable title is going to be equal to element dot text. Okay, so the text method is basically just going to grab whatever we have inside of the list item or the element, which would be, for instance, this. Okay, and you don't have to have .mp3, you could just have the song name. You might want to put the artist in the song, whatever you'd like is fine. Okay, so that's the title. Now we want the cover. Okay, so we'll create a variable called cover, and I'm going to set that equal to element dot attribute, and we want to grab the cover attribute, or the value for the cover attribute. You can see we have it here. Okay, so if you want to put more songs here and change the name of the album cover to a valid image file, it'll change when you change the song. Alright, and the last variable I want to create up here is the artist variable. Okay, and that's going to be equal to element dot artist. Element dot attribute, and then artist. Okay, so there's our variables. We're going to create a new object here. Create audio object. Alright, now instead of passing in this static link to this song, what we're going to do is pass in media which is the media folder, slash, and then we're going to concatenate. We're going to concatenate on the song. Okay, so whatever song is loaded into this function through the parameter, the element parameter, is going to be placed in here. So whatever is here, okay, so song equals one step closer .mp3, that's what will be put into here. Okay, all right, so let's see, let's grab the artist and the song and dynamically put them here into the song info. Okay, so that's really easy to do. Basically, we want to grab the title element, which is right here. All right, actually we'll do the artist first. Okay, so it's in the audio, where is it? Actually, we'll just do dot artist because I believe it's a class. Yeah, so span class artist. Okay, so we'll grab that, and then we'll do dot text, which is going to just insert some text into that div. And actually we don't want quotes because we're just going to put in the artist variable, which is right here, coming from here. Alright, so I'll copy that, and we're going to do the same thing with the title. So the title class, we'll stick in the title variable. Okay, so let's save that, and if we reload, nothing happens. Oh, we haven't initialized the init audio function. Alright, so we're not going to look at that right this second. Okay, so we're going to move on. Actually, let me just put a comment here. Okay, so next we want to insert the cover. So we're going to grab the image with the class of cover, and basically we want the attribute, we want to create the source attribute, so src, and then the value of the source attribute is going to be the location of the image, so images slash covers slash, and then we'll concatenate on the variable, the cover variable, which is being passed in from here. Okay, and let's see, we want, whenever a song's playing, we want it to be highlighted. Okay, just like this paper cut is highlighted static through static CSS. What we're going to do is just add or remove the active class, and that'll hover over the correct song. Okay, so we're going to grab the playlist li tag. So playlist. Okay, so if you remember, our songs are in an unordered list with the ID of playlist. Okay. And this class active I'm going to remove because that's going to be inserted dynamically. Okay, so if we save it like that, you can see that the hover color is gone. Okay, so playlist li dot remove class active. So we're initially going to remove the class, and then element dot add class active. Okay, so whatever we throw in here as the element is going to get the active class added to it. Okay, and this here is going to remove the class from whatever it was on before. All right, so we can't test this until we actually run the function. I'm actually going to grab this hide pause and put it at the top. Okay, now we want to call our function, which is init audio. Alright, now here's where we want to pass in the song, the audio clip or the song or whatever, because it's going to be put in here. Okay, so initially when someone first goes to the page, we want the first song to be played. So we need to grab this and put that inside of that parameter right here. Alright, so to do that, we can actually use some CSS to add the first li tag. Okay, so what we're going to do is pass in from the playlist li, and then we're going to do first child. Alright, so basically we're grabbing the first list item, which is right here. Alright, and that's what we're going to pass in. That's what's going to get hovered with the active class. So let's try that. Not sure if it'll work yet. So we reload and press play. Okay, we're having some kind of issue. Alright, so line 7, undefined is not a function. Okay, song equals element dot attribute song. Alright, so one thing I want to do is for this audio, I'm going to take away this var, and I want to just instantiate it up here so that it's global. So variable audio, and that's it. Okay, not sure if that's going to change anything. Alright, so it's still not playing. It's saying undefined is not a function at line 9. Huh. Alright, so I see the problem here is we're just passing in the ID to init audio. We need to pass in jQuery, so we need a $ here and to put this around the selector. Alright, so let's see if that works. Okay, still looks like we're getting it. Init audio. Okay, our quotes are wrong. Need to be inside. Alright. Okay, so that error message is gone. You can see the song, the image. So let's go ahead and play. Okay, it's playing. The timer's running. Okay, we can't switch the song yet because we haven't implemented the next and previous buttons. Also the clicking. So there's not much we're going to see here aside from the info and the image. Alright, so now let's do that. Let's implement the playlist. So we'll add a click handler for the next button. Alright, so let me just copy this. Okay, we want the button with the ID of next. Okay, so when that's clicked, it's gonna pause. Alright, and we need to, let's get rid of this here. We need to create a variable called next. Alright, that's gonna be equal to jQuery. So in the playlist, we want the list that has the active class, okay, which is basically the song that's playing, and then we want the next, and we can actually use the jQuery next method. Okay, so that'll give us the next song. and we're going to say if next dot length is equal to 0, then we're just going to I'm just going to grab this. Okay, so basically we're saying if it's at the last song, then don't do anything if you click next. Okay, so that's basically what this is going to do. We want to change this to just first child. Okay. Okay, so now we want to play it. Remember, when they click the next button, it's going to pause. It's going to then grab the next song, and now we have to play it. So we'll first call the init audio, and we want to pass in next. Then to actually play it, we'll say audio.play. Okay, and we also want to show the duration. So show duration. And that should be it for the next button. So let's go ahead and save this. Give it a shot. Alright, so reference error S is not defined. Okay, so it must be referring to audio.current-time. Okay, for some reason I have this S. So let's get rid of that, reload. Okay, play. Next. Alright, so you can see that it's working great. When we change it, the duration restarts. Alright, so now let's go to the previous icon. We'll do that next. So I'm just going to copy all this. We're basically doing the same thing, just in the opposite direction. Okay, so we want the previous. Okay, previous click function. We're going to pause it. Let's create a variable called previous, and we can actually use the previous jQuery method. Okay, so then we're going to say if previous length is equal to 0, then we're just going to set the same thing. We're going to set it to the last child. Okay. Actually, li last child. Yeah, this should actually be a colon here. Same thing up here. Okay, and then we're going to run the init audio, and we're going to pass in prev. Okay, then it's going to play and show the duration. So let's save that. Okay, so if we play, let's go forward, backwards. Okay, it's working absolutely perfectly. Okay, so we're just about done. The last thing I want to do is implement a click handler to these songs. Okay, so if we click on a song, it should play. So let's create a new function. Not a function, but a handler. Alright, so we're going to grab in the playlist list, we're going to grab whatever li tag. So we're just going to say playlist li dot click, which will run a function. Okay, so we're going to pause it. Audio.pause. and then we're going to call init audio, and we're actually going to pass in the this keyword, which pertains to the list item that was clicked. All right. After that, we want to hide the play button because the song will be playing. So we're going to say id play dot hide. Okay, we want to show the pause button. And also the duration. Let's just call show duration. That should work. Okay. And we need to actually play the song. So audio.play. Alright, let's see if that works. So if I click on a song. Alright, so something's not right. Error file not found. Images / covers / undefined. Oh, I'm sorry. What I did was I'm not supposed to use these quotes with the this keyword. Okay, let's try that. Okay, there we go. Works perfect. Okay, when we select it, the pause button shows up. We can pause it. So you have now created a custom jQuery powered HTML5 audio player. And like I said in the beginning, if you don't want to have to kind of enter all your songs through your HTML page, you could create some kind of back-end software where you could actually upload and add songs through that. All right, but that's beyond this scope. So that's it for this chapter. Thanks for watching.